the kneeling sit-up. So kneeling sit-up is a way to start getting spinal extension into your life. It is a brilliant exercise. I have had a lot of results with it. I highly recommend that putting your best efforts into it. I will say though, if you've got disc issues or a history of disc issues, then clear it with your physical therapist or with your doctor before doing this exercise, because it does take you into the spinal extension, which for some people might be no good. So that said, for everyone else, brilliant. Now, the easy version is an exercise that they use in yoga. It's a pose that we go into, but it's called the camel. So it's basically coming down, reaching behind. So whenever we go into spinal extension or arching, then we want to make sure that we are engaging the right things. So the things to engage are making sure that the thoracic spine is working, so the chesty part of the spine. And to do that means basically lifting the heart towards the sky. So what that does is it means that the muscles at the back between the shoulder blades will work, and the muscles of the spine that'll pull us into spinal extension of the thoracic spine. Also, we want to make sure that our breath is right, because the breath dictates the position of the ribs, and we need the ribs to be nice and open for us to go back into extension. We also need the belly button to be pulled in towards the spine. So there's a lot of things happening, and the pelvis needs to be posteriorly tilted. The camel is this pose. So it's reaching back for the heels of the feet and then coming out. So the kneeling sit-up, the beginner version of the kneeling sit-up is to find the heels and then come back up to standing. So it looks like this. That's your beginner version. So things to think about, and you might have picked up on it when I was doing it. Breathing is incredibly important. So when we breathe in, then we tend to, our ribs should theoretically open up and allow us to go back into extension in the thoracic spine. We also, it'll engage the diaphragm, and we need to consciously kind of think, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Another thing to think about for this exercise is the posterior pelvic tilt. So there's a lot of things to think about in just this part of the body. Once you've figured out how to do that and to get back into the camel pose and then out again, then we start to get a little more aggressive with it. So the kneeling sit-up full version means that we're going to reach our head back until it touches the floor and then come back to a kneeling position. So it looks like this. So very, excuse me while I catch my breath, very intense breathing to make it happen. So the intense breath will allow us to open up the spine. It is extreme. Work your way into it slowly. It does take some time, so be patient with it. But that is the kneeling sit-up.